Mobile devices are much more capable than we ever would have imagined just a couple of years ago, and that's evidenced by some of the great games that have made their way to mobile platforms. I'm Taylor Martin, this is Pocket Now, and these are some great games you should try out on your Android device. With the ever-improving processor capabilities and graphics, a new level of gaming has been unleashed, and naturally, Android has become home to many popular titles. Many of those games provide beautiful, captivating, and truly impressive graphics. Period. Much less for a mobile device. Not every game has to be an in-depth psychological first-person shooter or RPG to be a great game, and Slingshot Racing is a perfect testament to that. It's a third-person racing game that sticks to the roots of the slot cars and tracks we used to get as presents when we were kids. You get an overhead view of the track and your opponents, and the controls are quite simple. Touch the display when you're near a turn to sling your car around a corner, and release when you want to go straight again. Each track is visually stunning, and the game itself is dangerously addictive. If you're looking for a more relaxing game, check out Osmos HD. The graphics are beautiful and original, and the ambient electronica soundtrack is hypnotizing. In essence, you control a tiny organism that must absorb various types of smaller organisms to grow larger and become the largest in each level. The levels get progressively more difficult with the addition of gravity and repulsors that propel themselves away from other organisms. It's a perfect balance of relaxing and challenging for an awesome and unique experience. World of Goo is a totally different type of visually stimulating game. The object is to use the living goo balls to create structures and bridges to complete different tasks. The visualizations in all the different levels are great, but while the graphics and goo balls themselves may look friendly and inviting, the game can get rather challenging. A similar style game with similar graphics but an entirely different type of gameplay is Sprinkle. You man a water cannon and try to put out the fires before they do too much damage while using as little water as possible. If these leisure games don't do it for you, we recommend giving Battlehard a go. This RPG real-time strategy offers beautiful graphics and simple, fun, fantasy-style combat. Level up and unlock different powers to take on more powerful enemies and groups of enemies. It's both wildly addictive and fun. For a more console-like style game, recent Marvel titles from Gameloft are a nice option. The Amazing Spider-Man, for example, offers stunning graphics that rival console graphics from a few years back. The gameplay itself is a little cheesy compared to the in-depth stories from their console counterparts, but for a pocket-sized device there's nothing to complain about. The graphics and rendered New York City streets are beautiful, and beating up bad guys is always fun. It makes a great time waster. Iron Man 3 is also a great looking game, but if you're more of a DC Comics fan, check out The Dark Knight Rises. If you're into more realistic style combat, give Modern Combat 4 a spin for some of the best graphics and gameplay you can find on a mobile OS. Madfinger Games has been killing it in the mobile gaming industry for a couple years now. First was Shadowgun, which showed off the true power of mobile gaming. The graphics were just as incredible when Shadowgun first released as they are now. The latest title from Madfinger is Dead Trigger, a first-person shooter zombie survival game that offers stunning visuals and tons of gore, if that's your sort of thing. Both Shadowgun and Dead Trigger offer enhanced graphics and effects on Tegra 3 powered devices, for an even more impressive experience. Lastly, we can't make a video about beautiful Android games and not include Real Racing 3. We're not particularly fans of the freemium gameplay style, which makes you literally wait 5 minutes, an hour, or more for car repairs and other in-game settings. But the graphics and racing experience on Real Racing 3 is phenomenal, especially for a mobile platform. That's all we've got for now, so if we miss one of the games that you play or a game on Android with great graphics, be sure to drop it in the comments below, give us a like and subscribe, and follow us in all the typical places, Twitter, Google+, and Facebook at Pocket Now. I'm Taylor Martin, and I'll see you next time.